So May, June 23, paper 41, production budget. As we memorize, as we remember the format, the formula of production budget, it was demand, then opening inventory, and then closing inventory of finished goods only. Of finished goods only. And if do have any wastages, any losses, we are going to consider as well. That is the simplest formula which we learned for the production budget. Now, the question is, which months they are asking? How many months of production budget is required?
4 months, January to April.
January to April. So I am going to make the 4 months data. Now, demand. The question states the demand and the data given from December till May. But we are required for January to April. So January, February, March, and April. And we know the examiner is doing drama. He is giving 1 month extra data and 1 month following data because there is something to deal with it. So we are just writing the months, whatever are given in the question. Okay. January, February, but I wrote December as well. January, February, March, April. And if needed, I will write May as well. Now the sales units are January 6,000, Feb 8,400, 12,800, and 11,800. That's our free marks, right? We got free 1 mark. Now we need to read this paragraph, what it says. It was policy. Okay, no problem. It is the policy of a company to maintain the inventory of finished goods at 25% of the next month's sale. Where is written next, sir? Beta, the following means next. Am I right or wrong? Following
Yeah,
means next. So if I say, and it is sometimes it's not possible for the business to produce enough unit in a month both to meet demand from the customer and maintain the desired level of closing inventory. At this time, the business treated the meeting of demand as more important than minimizing maintaining the closing inventory. Okay, no problem. The maximum number of units that we can produce is only 10,000 units. And if there is a bottleneck, bottleneck means restriction. The all this drama is for this. It's not possible to keep enough units, something wrong, tuck. Ultimately, they are saying that we cannot keep more than 10,000 units in our stock, right or wrong?
right.
Okay, now moving forward. Opening inventory. The closing of December is the opening of January, right or wrong? The closing of December is the opening of January. We knows that, right? And the closing inventory formula is 25% of next month, following month sales. Am I wrong or am I right? So I
Right.
can say the closing of December, closing inventory of December is going to be 25% of January sales. Am I wrong or am I right?
Right.
So January sales 6,000, 25% of it is going to be the closing of December. How much?
1,500.
Closing of December, ya my friend, tell me, closing of
Beginning
December,
of Jan.
opening of Jan, subhanallah. That's why I always wrote 1 month extra to let the student understand what we did. Now it's easy. Now it's easy. Khalas. How to do this? Tuck, 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 tuck. Tell me. Like this, no? Every month is like that. Tring, 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 tring.
2100.
2100. Yani 25% of 8400. 2100. Now, Mr. I am really interested in the final answer because I have a cap production budget in units. It should not be more than 10,000. What is coming here?
Sir, why are we subtracting the closing inventory?
Sorry, I added it. Oh, by mistake. What is the answer? Hmm,
6600.
no problem. We are under the bottleneck. We are under the restrictions. What is the fab one? What should I do? The 25%,
3200.
20,
3200.
3200. This one and that one. Correct. Closing and opening.
Yeah.
And this 2100 is the closing. So it's going to be opening here. Am I right?
Yes. 9500 is the total.
9500 we are okay. No problems. Why? Because we are under the restrictions. The next one.
2950.
2950. The answer is
12550.
12550. Oh. Problem. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
Now let's solve this problem together. You noted the green color working? This working you noted?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the problem is what? What is the problem, Yahi? Maximum production capacity is 10,000. I cannot produce more than 10,000 at any cost, right or wrong? So what should I do? I cannot. What is this drama? This 3 lines. If you read this drama, sometimes till the end, this says that if it is not possible to produce, then if you cannot handle what is coming, you can reduce your closing inventory. That is written here in this paragraph, right or wrong?
Right.
So what should I do? I have to manage it. I have to manage it. I cannot keep more stock. Why? Because my answer can never be more than 10,000. So here the closing is going to be the balancing figure to maintain the capacity of 10,000, right or wrong? Because the answer came more than 10,000, so I cannot produce more. I have to do some math. 12,800 minus 3,200 plus x is equals to the final answer I am aware of. I know the final cannot be more than 10. So what is coming here as the balancing figure? This
400.
400 only, not the 25% is going to is restricted yani because of the drama written here, right or wrong? What about May sales? May sales is 9,600. I need May sales 9,600 because the next month data is required to compute the closing. This is going to be the opening. Tuck, 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 tuck. 25% is coming how much?
2400.
Again, sorry.
2400.
2,400. Tell me what answer is coming here. 11,400 and then 11. Oh,
High at 13,800.
13,800. I wrote 13,800, but what is my brain telling me? No, 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 no. Why no, 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 no? Maximum.
Yeah.
So this again the drama of balancing figure. Right or wrong?
Yes, right.
So how much?
Negative 1,400.
Negative I cannot. Negative I cannot, because you can produce closing or you cannot produce closing. You cannot produce and burn it. Nothing like that, right? So simple is that here is a problem. Here is again a problem. Opening is 400 and we have sales. April sale is 11,000, like this. I cannot produce any unit. Again, there is a problem. What is the problem? It is not
You're
coming.
still put, yeah, more production.
So what is written here? You are going to reduce your demand, bhai. If it is not managed with the help of closing, you have to reduce your demand. So the demand is going to be how much? 10,400, then minus 400 going to be 10,000, because your factory cannot handle more than your capacity is restricted to 10,000 khalas. So first you try to manage it with the closing like we did in the March. And if negative closing is coming, closing can never be negative. Closing, we can keep closing, we cannot keep closing. Khalas. If we are not keeping closing and still it's not coming 10,000, we in the paragraph is written. Otherwise, if not written, the same thing we are going to do in the we cannot keep closing. We cannot change opening because opening is coming from the previous month. You cannot change opening. You cannot keep closing. So what you will do? You have to reduce your demand. You are not going to sell what it is your demand. You are going to sell less because of the bottleneck yani restriction, yani capacity problem. Got it or no, my friend? That is the latest, yani you can say the new scheme. The paper 3 and 4, they got separated. The first paper was May, June, when the costing paper was separate. Now there is 1 week, around 1 week gap between paper 3 and paper 4. Not like AS. AS, you have both papers on same time. But here now you have paper 3 separate, paper 4 separate. Before, both were examined together. But now, separate. Like your attempt is May, June 24 is going to be the same thing. So the first attempt is May, June 23, and they examined the production budget with this much drama. We already did the cash budget for past papers. We already did one question of production budget. This is our fourth past paper for this topic. Any problem?
No, no problem.
Note down, please. B part is asking us, explain, no need to calculate. They are asking, explain how you are going to calculate, how you are going to find out the revenue. Revenue means income. So you have the sales, you have the demand, multiplied with selling price, you are going to have the budgeted revenue, right or wrong? This is 1 mark to explain the formula that take the demand and multiply it with the selling price, which is not given. That's why it's not asking you to compute. Then you will take the demands, this demand, and apply the selling price. Here you need to explain the demand for January is 6, Feb this, March is this. But in April, you will not take the actual demand of 11,800 because of the constraint, limitation, bottleneck. Because of the limitation, the demand for April is going to be 10,400. These are the sales units. And sales units into selling price, you will have the budgeted revenue. That is the answer for 2 marks. 1 mark to writing the formula and 1 mark to explain which number of units you are going to take. 6,000, 8,400, 12,800, and in the April, most importantly, not the actual demand is going to be 10,400, and that's how you are going to get the 2 easy marks. Any problem in this one? Any problem in this one?
No, sir, no problem.
C part again, they are asking you to decide something, some expansion decision. The C part. We have the restriction, no? Because of restriction, we are not keeping the closing inventory and we are selling less unit, less than the demand in month of April. So now 7 marks, 7 marks. Read it, what is asking. 6 marks you will get from the comments and 1 mark is for the conclusion, which you can decide. At present, store capacity is limited, such as the maximum number of units can be held 3,200. They are saying like that for the March. Advise the directors they should invest in a new warehouse or no. So we will give advice means some positive, yani advantages and some drawbacks. Both we will write and then we will decide. So first drawbacks. Drawbacks is rental cost is going to be increased, profitability is going to reduce, storage cost, handling cost, holding cost is going to increase. The more you store, the more chances of obsolescence and wastage is there, right or wrong? So 1 mark, storage cost will going to increase if you have new warehouse. Profitability might be affected. The large number of inventory, the more the inventory is going to be stored, the more chances of obsolescence, wastages, something like that, right or wrong? 3, now advantages. 3 advantages, we will able to meet the demand. We don't need to restrict our sales because of shortage or because of restrictions. So our sales revenue might going to be increased. Because of restrictions, we are not keeping enough inventory as per the policy of the company, which is 25%, which might affect us of having a stock out situation, right or wrong? And we have to rely on suppliers because we are not keeping enough inventory. We are not having inventory because of the shortage. So we have to rely on suppliers. And if supplier knows that our bargain power is low and we need them, they might sell us at a higher prices, right or wrong? 3 pros, 3 cons, 3 plus points, 3 negative points. I told you, you decide what you are going to do. So we can write a comment for 1 mark that if frequently this happens that the company is not having store capacity, we should invest so we don't have a stock out situation. We should invest so the suppliers cannot take advantage of selling at higher rates. Got my point or no?
Yeah.
That's our 7 easy marks. Any questions?
No, sir, no questions.
Okay, the last part is coming up.